Faber Piano Adventures, Level 5, page 7, Cadences. A cadence is just a progression of chords that leads us to a natural resting point in the music. So, in the example 1, 2, and 3 on this page, we're going to listen to an end of a phrase that leads to a resting place, an end of a section, and then an end of a piece. So let's listen to example 1. So what they're saying below that section is 1 to 5, the 1 chord to the 5 chord. These notes represent notes that are in a 1 chord. Here's a C chord, right? So C, D, E, F. These are the chord tones and these are the passing tones in the chord. And in the left hand I'm playing E and C, which that's part of a C chord. So when we play those together, that's part of the 1. And then we finish on this. That's a voicing of a G chord. So a G chord, there's the G chord, we're playing B and D up here, and then G in the left hand. So moving from the 1 to the 5 is a cadence that seems to bring us to that natural resting place in the key of C. Now in example 2, we're going to do an end of a section. So you've had a bunch of different melodic phrases, and now we're finishing the section. Same thing, we're going 1, 5, 1 in this one though. So let's take a listen. That one kind of finished the whole idea there. So we played the 1, this is an E, right, which is part of a C chord. And we went C, E, and then the left hand we played G, which is part of the 5, D, B. There's the 5 chord. Then we finished on C, the 1 chord again. And now let's look at the end of the piece, example 3. This one we're playing the 5 to the 5, 7 to the 1, and the 1 is extended out for 3 measures. Let's take a listen to this. Okay, so in that one we played the 5. Now this is in the key of G. So here's G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's a D chord, right? Now look what's playing in the left hand. And I'm playing a D up here, so that's why it's the 5 chord. And then it goes to the 5, 7. Oop, my bad. It's not C sharp. So if you look at this, here's the 5, 7 chord. So there's the 5 chord, the D again, and we add the 7th tone, but remember, when we play dominant chords, we always flat the 7. So the D would be, or the C would be sharped here, because the D chord is related to the key of D, and that note is sharped in that key. But because this is a dominant chord, we always flat dominants. So that's why the left hand is playing a C, because that's part of the dominant 7. And the right hand is playing a 2 on F sharp, which is part of a D chord. That's the part they took out down here. And then we shift to, well, there's G, B, and G, that's part of a G chord. And then these are all part of G chords. So 5, 5, 7, 1. If you're confused on that, I'm sure your teacher can explain it even further if you're working on composition. At the very bottom of the page, we're working on a grand cadence. So the 1, 4, 1, 5, 1. So let's play it first. So the 1 chord is C, the 4 chord is the F, back to the C, G, C. Now to the right of that it says transposition record. They want you to actually transpose this into all those keys. So in the key of G, let's do that one real quick. That would start on G chord. Okay, that's the 1. And then the 4 would be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, a C chord. And if you're wondering why is that a C chord, this is an inversion. We did inversions on the choral reef etude. This is C, E, and G. Normally it looks like this, but we've inverted it to make it easier to play. Back to the G. Then we do the 5. The 5 is D. And then back to the G. Now I'm not going to give all those away because I have my students doing those. And I don't want to give them all away. I want them to figure them out themselves. So hopefully you got a little insight into cadences, and that concludes page 7.